Welcome to another Amazon unboxing video. In this video, I'm going to show you some beauty products that I purchased from Amazon and a lot of books. So if you're curious and want to see everything, make sure to stick around until the end. Hi, my name is Ivana and I live in Bangalore. I love shopping on Amazon India, especially for books, as you may have seen, but also for beauty products because their delivery service is so easy, their return service is so convenient, and I just love it. To jump right into it, let's start with the beauty products. This is actually a reorder because I have come to love this brand so much. As you can see, I ordered quite a lot. This is from an Indian brand called Youth Cosmetics. I do believe they also ship worldwide, but currently because of all the COVID regulations, I'm not sure if they do ship to your country. They do ship across India through Amazon, and they had a massive deal just recently. I have to show you this. If you want to see a complete review, I have linked the video down in the description below. It is on my main channel. So the first thing actually is, and I bought two of these, the Rose Face Wash. As you can see, the packaging is just so beautiful. Their design is really on point, and I got a PR package to try out initially. I loved it so much that when I saw that they had this massive deal on Amazon, I had to stock up. So I got two of the Rose Face Wash. Let me just open this up so I can actually show you the packaging. I use very little of this because you don't need that much to remove all the dirt and makeup from your face. It's so economically friendly. This one actually lasted me for 6 months. Can you imagine? This small tube, it smells delicious. You have to love a rose smell, and I do, and it's so mild on the skin. I love it. So I have two of these, which should last me the rest of the year, I guess. And then from the same brand, I actually repurchased their super cream. It is a 5-in-1 daily moisturizer. Yes, you have heard that right. So this is the cream, 5-in-1 with SPF 50. Can you imagine? SPF is by far the best anti-aging cream that you can use, and especially with my very melanin poor skin here in India, I need this in my life. On top of that, this cream is so nicely moisturizing, but it is not greasy at all, and it's something that I really love. And it's also something that's quite rare to find in moisturizers, right? Either they make your skin like too matte and still keep that dry feeling, or they make it moisturized but then you're like a disco ball and you have shine everywhere. The smell is divine. I think one of the best smells that I've smelled in a moisturizer. It's kind of like a pineapple tropical punch meets vanilla. Love this one so much, so I actually stocked up for the rest of the year as well. This one also lasted me for a very long time, but like I said, I don't use that much. I maybe use just one drop the size of a pea, and it's all I need. If you want a really good moisturizer, then you should head over to the Amazon page of Youth Cosmetics and stock up, because I did. Now let's get into the books, because I have quite some which I want to share with you guys. Most of them I've already read, some of them I haven't read, but let's start with this one, Big Magic from Elizabeth Gilbert. It is a writer that I already know because I read Eat, Pray, Love. But if you don't think Eat, Pray, Love is for you and you are an artist or a creative person, you might actually want to give this book a chance. This book is all about creating, whether you want to make money with it or not. We all are born with some kind of creative gene in us, but most of us have learned how to suppress it because art doesn't necessarily pay the bills. And in this book, she really dives deep into how to give yourself permission to express yourself creatively, but also how to tackle the process of creativity. If you feel like there's some creativity missing in your life, or if you have a creative block, this book is for you. It's really like a warm hug and chicken soup for the soul. The next book, oh my gosh, I finished this book so fast because it was absolutely fascinating. It is all about how your brain works and how leisure time or time off actually helps to activate certain areas in your brain which otherwise don't become active. If you're too busy, those areas don't get activated, and you do need those areas to function properly. The back cover of the book says, Andrew Smart wants you to sit and do nothing much more often, and he has the science to explain why. This book really made me feel less guilty about not doing anything, about just sitting down, having a cup of tea, relaxing, because it's very, very necessary for us humans. And I think in these stressful times, the pandemic is still raging, let's be real, it's super important to also give your brain some space to do its own thing, and this book explains you why. Super fascinating. The next book, completely different, Fast, Cheap and Viral. My goodness, if you are into communication, marketing or content creation, purchase this book. Ashish Chopra is the marketing manager of Ixigo, a large travel company here in India, but he actually already created viral videos before he got a job there. That's actually one of the reasons why he was hired. This is by far the best book which explains virality, but not just in marketing terms, because yes, virality is all about shareability, but Ashish actually shares all of the knowledge and gets into the nitty-gritty what makes certain content shareable. He actually gets into so much details that he actually shares how he edits his videos and which components in order to keep the attention of the viewer as long as possible. This is by far the best book that I have ever read on virality. Most books about this topic irritate me so much because they remain so superficial. Create quality content, reply to comments, post frequently, if not consistently. Ashish goes way further than that in his quest to answer what makes certain content go viral, because he approaches it from a scientific perspective. And I love this book so much. It really helped me to think differently about my content. So if you are in communications, marketing or content creation, get this book. The next book, again, something completely different. I have very diverse interests, but I just like evolving as a human from different perspectives. This book is a hardcore classic, Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for a Meaning. Now, he is actually a psychotherapist and a psychologist who was also a Jew and spent a lot of time in concentration camps, amongst which Auschwitz, during World War II. Now, his perspective is super interesting because obviously he went through that whole, concentration camp trauma, but at the same time, he's also able to analyze it from a psychologist's perspective. And I think especially during these challenging times when we are all, again, mostly cooped up inside, I think this book gives so much comfort and helps you to make sense of the world around you, and also gives you a certain sense of hope that things will get better, but also how to make the best and find comfort in the times that we live in. I'm halfway through this book. It is a fascinating read. It is an absolutely humbling read. So if you are in need of some comfort right now and feel maybe anxious or depressed, I think this book will really help you a lot. Then a book that got me hooked from the first time I opened it, The Psychology of Money. I just randomly saw it recommended on Amazon. I love psychology. I am trying to get better in my attitude towards money, and this book is really great to understand why we make so many mistakes with money, why we think so many different things about money, but at the same time also he really teaches you the actual secret of wealth. I can already spill it for you. It is compound interest, but he also explains why it's so hard for a lot of people to understand what compound interest means and how to get into it. It's a brilliant, fascinating book if you are currently struggling with your finances, or if you have always wondered, like, what is it about money that makes people behave so differently and sometimes so similarly. then this book will explain a lot of our behavior. I love the fact that he makes a very, very strict distinction between money in a strict mathematical way, which usually is the way we get money explained. But at the same time, he says money is all about behavior. And so there's a lot more psychology behind it than what we usually get explained, and he gets into the nitty-gritty of that. So I really, really love this book. I learned so much from it, and I would 10/10 recommend it. Final book, it just came in yesterday. It's called Incognito, and it explains how your brain works and also tries to make you understand the things that you might not understand about yourself yet or about your behavior. A friend of mine is such a huge fan about this book. He has been raving about it literally for years, so I finally decided to get it, and I think it's going to be good because actually the Times calls it the hottest thing in neuroscience. I am a sucker for anything psychology, brain, behavior related, and I'm very excited to try this book. I will link it down in the description below if you want to read more about it. Obviously, I will have to read it myself before I can tell you more about it, but do follow me on Instagram because I share quite a lot of my learnings from books that I read on there, and I also share more book recommendations on there. If you enjoyed it, make sure to put a thumbs up. If you would like to recommend my videos to other people, please make sure to share them with your friends and family. Also, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more hauls, skincare reviews, book reviews, personal development in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!